we have these 8 characters, these 8 archetypes, and they comprise the only true functional dramatic archetypes in a structure of story. They all have an equal weight, and they all have functions that describe different aspects of our own minds. The belief that we can do it, the doubt that we can do it, the good conscience, the bad conscience, the temptation, and, of course, at the top, the drive to make something happen, the drive to not let anything happen, our reason and our emotion. Altogether, they represent archetypical facets of our story mind, which represents our own mind. Now, we decided to look at Star Wars last week, and we wanted to see... no, we're not going to go to a video clip yet, because, we did video clips last week, and rather than run them again, we just looked at who these characters were in Star Wars, because Star Wars is a good example of a story with archetypal characters. Now, before I talk about those a little bit, I just want to mention that archetypal characters are not bad. They're just grouping all kinds of similar elements together in a whole family. So all the family of proactive elements go in the protagonist. All the family of let's dig in our heels and not let something happen or prevent it goes over here in the antagonist. The whole family of characteristics that support reason go into the reason character, and the whole family of feelings and intuition and everything goes into the emotional character. And as a result of that, we end up then with these archetypical characters, and they're not bad, they're just shorthand. They're used so that if you want to tell an audience, this character is a protagonist, they will assume they have the whole set of protagonistic elements and qualities without you having to spell them out. And that allows you as an author to save media real estate. It allows you to have more time in a movie, more space in a book, to be able to describe action scenes, special effects, follow a thematic thread if you'd like. All of this is, just a second, the computer shuts off if you touch the wires. Okay. All of these different characters can be used as shorthand in a story to make sure that you don't distract the audience by having to describe every one of the predictable elements that these archetypes would have, but you just say, that's a protagonist, this is an antagonist, you indicate it, the audience accepts the rest, unless you show them differently, and then you can save a lot of time for other things. So in Star Wars, that's what they do. They wanted the special effects, they wanted the battle scenes, they didn't want to go deeply into their characters, but they wanted them to be well-rounded, so they just indicated what each one was. Protagonist was Luke Skywalker. Very simple. The reason character was Leia. I've skipped antagonist for a reason. The reason character was Leia. She's the one who's always got the plan. She's very controlled, very Miss Business. Try to say that 5 times fast. Miss Business, Miss Business, Miss Business. Never mind. The emotion character, that one is Chewbacca, because he doesn't even talk. He just has reactions to things. He just emotionally reacts. Very uncontrolled character. Sidekick is represented by the robots collectively. Skeptic is Han Solo, who doesn't believe in the Force, doesn't want to follow the plan, whatever it is. The Guardian is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's the helpful teacher and protector and good conscience, good side of the Force. His opposite is Darth Vader, the contagonist. He is not only the tempting, represents temptation, the dark side of the Force, but he also is the character that hinders everybody. He even hinders his own guys. He chokes them. He's the one who comes up with the plan to let the Millennium Falcon go with a homing beacon on it that ultimately destroys the Death Star, allows the rebels to triumph. So he hinders everybody, not just the good guys. See, that's the nature of a function of a character, is that their function is applied across the board, not just in one particular case. This character is just a hindering character. Anybody who gets in contact with them is going to be hindered and tempted. And finally, the antagonist is actually the Empire itself, represented by the Grand Moff Tarkin and all the Stormtroopers and the Death Star. So it's Luke against the Empire. Leia and Chewbacca, get that walking carpet out of my way. The robots that Han Solo is always trying to shut down, who are always trying to tell him what's wrong with the ship. And finally, Obi-Wan and his student, pupil gone bad, Darth Vader.